And welcome into the 49ers Report. I'm your guy, Cam Rogers, coming at you. We've got all the latest news and rumors surrounding the San Francisco 49ers. Thanks so much for coming along for the ride. News and rumor number one. Have the 49ers re-signed center Daniel Kilgore? You know I've talked about him a few times on this program. Yes, they have. 4 jet heads on that one. It is news. It is confirmed. And this is so important, ladies and gentlemen, just from a continuity standpoint. Daniel Kilgore and Jimmy Garoppolo most notably had a lot of chemistry towards the end of that season back in 2017. And Kilgore, well, he was graded as a top 10 center according to Pro Football Focus in the final 5 games of his season. So Kilgore did struggle in the early going of 2017, but let's be honest, who didn't struggle at the beginning part? And then as the 49ers continue to get better, they bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. Kilgore was really good as well. So the deal is worth as much as $12 million with $7 million in guarantees. This likely means that Brandon Fusco is going to move on and test the free agent waters and see what he can do. So I still think there is a need at the guard position, but step one, check. You re-sign Daniel Kilgore. I think that is crucial from a chemistry standpoint with him and Jimmy Garoppolo. So very important signing here, ladies and gentlemen, and really fantastic news for Garoppolo, for the entire offense, and for the 49er Empire. All right, let's take a look at the rumor meter now. You saw those jet heads. If you were a loyal watcher, you know what those mean. 4 jet heads. It's happening. It's news. It's confirmed. 3 jet heads. We are faithful in it, but not buying into it 100%. 2 jet heads. Something simmering here, all right? People are discussing it. 1 jet head. Little truth to it. And 0 jet heads. It is fake news. Thankfully, we have no fake news to report here on the 49ers Report. Hey, folks, I'm Cam Rogers. Check me out on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Thanks so much for watching this program. I'm keeping you updated with the latest news and rumors surrounding the 49ers. And we got through news and rumor number 1, which is really news. Daniel Kilgore re-signing with the 49ers. Let's get into a big fat rumor right here. The 49ers, do they want cornerback David Amerson? So we're giving this 2 jet heads. Something is simmering here. David Amerson's agent told the Sacramento Bee the 49ers are interested in David Amerson. So the 49ers, of course, have a need at the corner position. They need somebody opposite Ahkello Witherspoon because Dante Johnson is certainly not going to come back, at least at a big-time price. So Amerson visited the Bears last week, the Texans in this current week, plus in the process of visiting additional teams this week. And Amerson, he was a second-round pick by the Washington Redskins in 2013. He's 6'1", 201 pounds. He's got the size the 49ers perhaps want, opposite of Witherspoon. His best season came in 2015 when he graded out as the 14th best cornerback according to Pro Football Focus. So he has the ability, he has the raw size, and perhaps if the 49ers bring him in, he could be an effective corner opposite of Witherspoon. So 2 jet heads on this one. Something is simmering here, but we're not buying into it all the way. News and rumor number 3. Did the Patriots, and more specifically Bill Belichick, reject the first Jimmy Garoppolo trade offer? Yes, he did. 4 jet heads on this one, so I'm sure many of you saw this story. There's a very interesting piece out there on the Monday Morning Quarterback where Albert Breer interviewed Kyle Shanahan, and Shanahan told Breer that he talked with Bill Belichick at the Combine, and Belichick quickly dismissed the idea of trading Jimmy Garoppolo to the 49ers, and Shanahan also mentioned how it was like an OMG kind of moment when he got the notice of the Patriots actually showing interest in trading Jimmy Garoppolo. Here's a quote that he said in the piece. Quote, "We were 0-8. We'd had just gotten our butts kicked by Philly. I came in on a Monday, and that was the best thing. That was the last thing I was thinking about, and that ended up popping up." So the rest, of course, is history. Jimmy G is the franchise quarterback of the 49ers. But really an interesting little detail there. Really a revealing story as well. You get the whole timeline of how the trade went down, and then, of course, eventually how that contract went down with Jimmy Garoppolo. So 4 jet heads there. Bill Belichick obviously had a change of heart, or at least the New England Patriots leadership had a change of heart, eventually dealing Jimmy Garoppolo to the Niners. All right, let's get into news and rumor number 4. Is Reuben Foster cooperating with law enforcement and the NFL right now? We're going to give this 4 Jed heads, according to several reports out there. Reuben Foster is indeed communicating and working along with the NFL and law enforcement as he goes through this investigation. This, of course, his second arrest within a month span, and Foster is reportedly cooperating on both sides, which is obviously very telling, very important here, because Reuben Foster, of course, arrested that second time for domestic violence, allegedly dragging his girlfriend, and he's also spoken multiple times with Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch about the matter. The investigation is ongoing here, folks, but Foster could be facing a 6-game suspension here, which is, in theory, the NFL's baseline punishment for domestic violence. But we have seen many times throughout the history of the NFL how they just seem to not really be consistent with their punishments in regards to domestic violence. So very much uncertain as we stand right now, but the report is that Reuben Foster is speaking with officials and cooperating along with the investigation. So with that, what should be Foster's punishment? I want you guys to weigh in here on Facebook Live. Give us a like for jail time. Give us a wow face for league suspension, a laughing face for a league fine, or an angry face for nothing. And if you have any additional thoughts, be sure to throw them in the comment section as well. And for all you YouTube watchers out there, use your emojis on your phones, on your laptops, etc., and throw them in the comment section. We certainly appreciate your feedback. All right, let's get into news and rumor number 5. Could Derrick Johnson be heading to the San Francisco 49ers? So we are giving this 2 Jed heads, something simmering here, so we'll give some credibility to it. So with uncertainty surrounding Reuben Foster right now, the 49ers might actually be in need of a good linebacker, and the Chiefs recently decided to part ways with Johnson, a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 2011 first-team All-Pro. He's a great locker room guy, could be a worthwhile mentor to Reuben Foster, who clearly needs somebody to kind of put him on the right path right now. And look, the 49ers still have a good amount of cap space. It wouldn't hurt to give Johnson a look, especially considering Brock Coyle is a free agent too. And Derrick Johnson, yes, he's dealt with his fair share of injuries, tore his Achilles in the season opener in 2014, and again late in the season in 2016. Clearly has lost some lateral movement, and look, he's 35 years old now, so has lost a little bit of a step at this point, but would be a worthwhile look for the 49ers, especially considering just the unknown nature of this Reuben Foster investigation. Perhaps John Lynch wants to go with a little insurance and bring in Derrick Johnson. So we are giving this 2 Jed heads here. Something is simmering as we talk about this rumor. All right, news and rumor number 6. Did the 49ers hire Lane Kiffin's brother? Yes, they did. 4 Jed heads. So this originally coming from ESPN. Brother Chris is abandoning brother Lane. So the former defensive coordinator at FAU will be joining the 49ers as a pass rush specialist. And Kiffin actually improved the Owls' defense big time, going from 123rd in scoring in 2016 to 34th in scoring defense in 2017. Kiffin has had stints with Idaho, Nebraska, USC, Arkansas State, Ole Miss. 36 years old, with his only NFL, air quotes, experience being an intern for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but certainly a worthwhile pickup for the 49ers, a team that certainly would like to improve its pass rushing ability.